रविंद्र जी?
Yes, we are live now. 1 minute.
थोड़ा नेम चेंज करना था।
Yes, yes. Yes, Dr. Shetty, we are live now. You can start the program.
Good afternoon, all of you. First of all, wish you very happy new year, all of you. Today we are taking a second lecture under our program. Today's lecture speaker is young scientist and very dynamic personality, my friend Dr. Ravindra Phatke from Ben Gurion University, Negev from Israel. Dr. Ravindra Phatke has completed his master degree in chemistry from Savitribai Phule Pune University, Pune. After that, he has completed his PhD from National Chemical Laboratory, Pune in 2017. He has published more than 25 research publications in reputed international journals, 2 patents. He got several awards as like Best Young Research Award 2020. He is lifetime member of Indian Chemical Society. He is fellow of Indian Chemical Society. So I am very thankful to you, Dr. Ravindra Phatke, for accepting our request to deliver the talk on the topic alternative career opportunity in the material science. So I requesting to Dr. Ravindra Phatke, please start your presentation and thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Yogesh. Thank you for the introduction. Yeah. First of all, it's good morning in Israel and good afternoon in India. So good afternoon, everyone. So as Yogesh introduced already, I did my PhD from National Chemical Laboratory, Pune. And then after that, I moved to the Israel for my postdoctoral research. And currently I'm working here at Ben Gurion University of the Negev, Israel. So today, instead of saying this delivering talk, I can say like we are going to discuss more about research career opportunities in material science and my personal view about the research. So before starting the topic, I would like to wish you all Happy New Year. Hope this new year will be come with success and happiness to everyone. And I would like to appreciate this initiative taken by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology and Center for Material and Electronics. And in that, special thanks to the team who is organizing this all seminars and lectures, Dr. Kale, Dr. Rane, Dr. Sudhir, Dr. Manish, and Dr. Yogesh. When I did my master, bachelor, and now I'm thinking back to the same days, this is really important to have information what to do next in the career. Whenever we are using internet, we have all the information available on single click of phone. But at the same time, it's very important somebody is telling you something about what to do and how to do. For that, we need something like this. And this is what exactly CMET and this Dr. Kale's team is doing. This is really, really important for all the students from bachelor and masters. So I will continue. Whenever, like everybody in our routine life, we are working towards doing something, getting something, we're working very hard. But what exactly do we want? The most important, I will say, happiness and joy. Everybody is doing work for be happy and have some respect in society. And definitely, money is also important. Fame, satisfaction, security for family, everything is really important. In that, for getting all these things, we are always doing our career in different directions. The main thing I will say, specifically in our zone, like in area in India, we are not much focused at initial stage about the career. Our career is always somebody telling us this is growing field, this is ensuring job, this is really good one, go for this. Sometimes it's parental influence. It's like my dad is engineer, so I wanted to be engineer. My sister did biotech, I wanted to do this. The best example for this I can give in my family. I did my master in organic chemistry. I am the like 11th candidate to doing master in organic chemistry in my family. Now we have 13 people. All of them did master in organic chemistry. And it all started in before my birth. In 88, my uncle did master in organic chemistry from Ahmednagar College. And after that, like everybody is following, like this is what parental influence. Other than this, our side career is like my friends are going to this, so I have to go this. My friends are preparing for this, I have to do this. Sometimes it's like parental pressure also. Some parents will pressurize to students and all the people, like surrounding is pressurizing that you should do this, you should do that. So into that, it is little difficult to do something which you really don't like. So first of all, we need to find what we really like it, and that is going to make it like good match between your career and your life. Then only you can be more happy. So this is like very vast area and topic to talk about. First, we will talk about what are the career in basic sciences. So I think our audience is mainly focused on bachelor and master of sciences. So after 12th, for getting master or bachelor and master, we have like several integrated BSMS programs in IITs, ISER, NIT, IISc. People can attend some exams and directly go for these programs to integrated bachelor and master. Other than that, when you come to the bachelor and then you realize that, oh, now I'm not eligible for this BSMS program. In that case, you can go for integrated MS PhD programs. So they're also the same way. You have to write the exams and you can go directly for your MS PhD. Even though this is not the late, you completed your master's also from any college, any university, and then you wanted to continue with the research. See, most of the time, people are thinking doing research is completely different. Doing research is very difficult. It's nothing like that. People are finding job after masters and going for that in industries and different. There are several sectors. We will discuss one by one later. So, coming to the research, is some advantages are there. Research always allow you to pursue your interest. Research will develop your skills, challenge yourself every day in new way. For getting to the MSc to the PhD, we in India we have funding agencies, CSIR and all other. They are attending like you have to attend the exam NET, SET, GATE, PET exams. Once you qualify the exam, you have your own fundings for the doing PhD for 5 years. I did my masters from Pune University. At third semester only, in first attempt, I qualified NET CSIR. I qualified SET in the first attempt. So after that, before finishing my master, I have my own funding for doing PhD. So this is like best option for all the students. If they are really interested for doing PhD or research, even I will say today in India, getting NET, after qualifying the NET, you have your own funding. It's like a 31,000 for GRF and 35,000 for the SRF, and it includes another facilities like HRA and medical facilities. So it's far better than the job also. But the rate for qualifying the student for NET, GATE, or SET, all these exams, it's very less. So it not mean that If you have the exam, then only you can do the PhD, or then only you can do the research. Other than that, you can go to the any institutes like CMET, CSR, all the institutes, IITs, ICERs, NITs. In all the institutes, they have projects where they will hire master students for project assistants. Different project assistant positions are there. Even they are also paying very good amount of salaries, and you can understand what is research. If you really like it, you will have some handful experience. You can go for senior research fellowships with CSR directly or with project fellowships also. You can find several candidates. Those are not qualifying the NET. They will go for this project assistant fellowships and they will go for directly to the PhD. Other than that, once you have some experience in research, you can go directly abroad for doing research also. So qualifying these competitive exams, during my PhD, I deliver several lectures to how to prepare for this qualifying competitive exams, especially for the science students to get NET and GATE qualifications. So mainly, I will suggest here in the one line that instead of preparing for syllabus, you have to study the pattern of exam. That is the most important thing. Once you understand the pattern for the exam, it's very easy for you to go for these exams, and you prepare according to the pattern instead of syllabus, and that will be easy to get it. So these are the ways for going to the PhDs. But instead of PhD also, during master, PhD, and after PhD postdocs, you have all the similar opportunities. It's not like you need to go for some particular job, particular thing, you need to do PhD or postdoc. On the basis of master also, you can go for all these opportunities. But the basic difference is after PhD and postdoc, your position, definitely your salary and your knowledge is completely different. After PhD, people are thinking after doing PhD and postdoc, there is only independent investigator, like academic career is there. No, it's not right. After PhD, you can start your own startup. You can do journalism, editor. You can go for a government policy maker. You can teaching. Even recently, all we know this COVID-19, how it make like difference in the world. How we see now world is completely different. So after PhD, you can go for work with public health. So basically, PhD is giving you the different vision to look towards the problems, and this is definitely going to help everyone in the day-to-day life. So these are the ways, like how to go for basic research, how to carry out the research. But before that, we need to know what is research. So our side, the problem is that people are thinking research means it's like something different. We have to spend day and night in the labs, stay there. This is completely wrong. Somebody has to be explain the difference between these things. So this is my personal view. If you see the word research, in this word itself, it's clearly self-explanatory. Research. Re means once more, and search means look thorough. So whatever we have, just look again and try to make it better way. So the best example I can give my current work. Recently, we published like 3, 4 papers, and we are working with one industry for the same thing. We made one polymer. This polymer is well known in 1960 already, like DCPD based polymers. And in the same polymer properties are really good. The problem is the thermal properties, particular thermal properties for some applications. The thermal properties, so everybody is working towards the thermal properties. Then we simply we put the oil droplets in the polymer monomer. And then after the oil droplets, we made the polymers, and the properties change like 40 degrees Celsius difference in the basic polymer and additive polymer. So this is like simply well-known things. We are picking well-known things, doing some modifications, and then making it new. So this is what research. Here you don't need to discover something or something completely different. We just need to find something which is very good for our day-to-day life purpose. In more systematic way, I can call research is an organized and systematic way to finding answers for the questions. In our everyday life, you can see each and every person is doing some kind of research. There is basic difference. Like for in India, we can call it as a jugaad. Everybody is doing some jugaad for something, and that is also called as a research. Answering the questions in organized and systematic way, that is scientific research. First of all, why we do this research? The most important thing from research, we learn a lot. To shape the information, to become an expert. And most important thing is that curiosity. We should have personal curiosity for doing the research. And ultimately, the enjoyment. Meet new peoples, visit new places. This is those people like to meet new peoples and visit new places. This is the best field to work in the research. So how it works? First of all, for getting into the research, you should have some curiosity and amount of knowledge. Once you have some curiosity and amount of knowledge, you can come to the basic research. After doing basic research for some time, you can go to the applied research. Applied research will take it to the utility of applications, and definitely it's going to improve the quality of life. All the stages, all the research is going on for improving quality of life. But once you have curiosity and some amount of knowledge, is it enough for research? No. For research, the most important thing is funding also. At every stage of research, you need funding. It's not like a small money, it's a huge amount of money, but our government and all the governments are doing very well for this. So once you have curiosity, some amount of knowledge and funding to do all this, you can be a researcher. But what are the good qualities of researcher? It's very simple to observe with your eyes. Whatever is happening around you, you need to observe. Second thing is ask questions. When you don't know anything, ask questions. What, who, where, when, how, why. Whatever you think, even people call it like you are full, whatever, it's fine. Ask questions. This is only the best way to learn more and more things. Ask questions. Whatever you don't know, just ask it. Think about the answers. Whatever you're asking, don't just ask. Think what we can do and try to utilize your knowledge, whatever you learn in the books, to answer the questions and write down all the things. Doing research is the most important thing is write down the things. If you whatever work you have done, if it is not reproducible, then it's useless. So this is the most important thing, that you have to write down all the things whatever you did, and it should be reproducible. So why we all are doing research? The most important thing, everybody knows that today's big challenges are like energy. Whole world is running behind the energy sources to find out the alternative for all energies and to get more and more different sources for getting energy. Another one is like environment. Then food, water, shelter, and education, understanding life, disease, and good quality of life for everyone. This is the like ultimately for doing anything, at the end, the good quality of life is coming into the end. So for dealing with all these problems, I will say material science is the key aspect. If you're working with material science, you can see that every day things are changing. It's making different. Every day things are getting stronger, cheaper, lighter, more functional, more sustainable. So manipulating material and their properties are the key things to understand more about the all these big challenges and to further proceed in for solving these all problems. So why we study materials? If we see the material, if we are studying, somebody is studying chemistry, somebody is studying biology, somebody is studying physics, every subject has a material. So if you are studying material science, it will give you a test of many subjects. Basically, studying material science is like studying all sciences, I can say. Why material sciences only? If you see, our everyday life is completely influenced by material. If you see surrounding us, transportation, housing, clothing, reaction, food, productivity, virtual, every day, everything we are using on our life is completely material. And every day it's getting more and more sophisticated and more useful for our making our life simple. So there are several classes of materials like metal, ceramic, glasses, polymers. So in different areas, different materials are used, and these materials are offer very good and easy lifestyle for everyone. So these are very important and key aspects in our life. If you see, these are the like whatever pictures I'm showing here, like we are using day to day life these things, but we never thought about that somebody how they think about making these simple metal cans to use, these glass bottles, these cloths, this plastic. So this is what researchers are doing every day. They are trying to find out every day new things, new polymers, new glasses, new metals, and to utilize all these things to make our life better. Into that, if you see the advanced materials, so these are the like most advanced materials nowadays people are working on it, like biomaterial implanted in human body now. If human joints can be replaced by using this biomaterials, semiconductors, even you are using every day these electronic devices, phone, laptop, how it is possible we are talking like in the more than 500 people talking together from each one is sitting at our home. So this is like what semiconducting materials, electronic material, electronic properties, composites. That's what I'm working on it nowadays on polymers to making material different, making superior. It's like including their changing their toughness, hardness, durability, elasticity, and all other properties. So up to here, we saw that what is research and why to do material research. But when you are doing so your bachelor and masters, how you proceed? I gave you like direct two options: pass the additional test like NET, SET, GATE, or PET to get your own funding and admit in any research institutes. Another thing is that get some research experience in all the institutes and direct SRF or project SRF for getting the PhDs. Once you have your own funding or you have research experience, you can earn your doctorate, and then further you can go for advance your career by joining postdoctoral researcher, and there are several options. So specifically in India, we have several institutes for doing research. So I will highlight few of them for specifically for material. First of all, I will say the Center for Material for Electronics Technology, like CMET. CMET is operating three laboratories in India. The first one is like Pune. Pune has a headquarter, Hyderabad, and Thrissur. So CMET, what CMET actually CMET mission is to develop knowledge base in electronic materials and their processing technologies. So I met Dr. Kale during my PhD. Like one of my friend was there in the CMET. I visited there. That time he was like director. So I went to the lab and roaming around with my friend, and I see him that he is there sitting. So I asked my friend, "Shall I meet him?" So he told, "Yeah, it's like director, one institute director." I just went to his cabin, I knocked the door, and said, "Yeah, and this is the student from Dr. Ramana's lab from NCL," and he sit with me and talk like 10 minutes. This is what accessibility. This is what research. He's from my village side, and then we discuss a lot of things. This is what inspiration. We get inspiration from people. People change our lives just by 10 minutes discussion. So that much easily you can go to any institute in India, talk with directors. It was like really, really respectful and inspiring for me. So CMET is mainly dealing with all kind of different electronic materials and their processing technologies. There in CMET, they have several patents. They are publishing a lot of number of papers, and they already transfer several technologies to the industries directly. That's what. if we are doing some research and if it is not getting published or patented or transferred to the industry, then it's like, I can say it's not useful for social, then it's not good. But CMET is doing one thing is that whatever technologies they are developing, they are transferring to the industries and they are directly doing the productions. So other than CMET, we have like several institutes. One of that is like a CSR network. CSR is like Council for Scientific and Industrial Research. CSR has 38 laboratories all over the India and 39 outreach centers with 3 innovation centers. More, it's like around 5,000 active scientists working in CSR network, and more than 8,000 scientific staff and technical staff is helping them. This is like NCL where I did my PhD. This is like one of the best chemical laboratory in the India. The main purpose of this laboratories, CSR laboratories, technology that enables innovation driven to the industry. So this is also CSR laboratories main intention is like Council for Scientific and Industrial Research. So CSR is dealing with the more about the same technology transfer to develop something at the lab level and take it to the industry. That is the most important research advantage. Next to that, everybody is well aware with the Indian Institute of Technologies, IITs. In India, we have 23 IITs. So first IIT is like I can say IIT Kharagpur, which is established in 1951, and then recent one is like IIT Goa in 2018. In IITs also, they are designed these national institutes for important where the boost industrial development and manufacturing by creating elite pool of engineering talent within the country. So IITs are more favored, like I can say it's like a more focusing towards the engineering sciences. But nowadays, all the IITs have basic science departments and they are taking like BSMS, directly MS PhD and PhD postdoc students for studying in basic sciences also. So after the IITs, there are NITs. Similarly, this NIT is also quality manpower in the field of engineering sciences and technology. We have 31 NITs. So while making this presentation itself, I realized that we have 31 NITs, we have 23 IITs, we have 38 CSR laboratories. So we have too many institutes and too many opportunities. But even though we have internet, we never try to search simply what I can do in next and what are the chances to get funding, to chances to get admission for PhD, postdoc, doing research. So there are plenty of institutes with good facilities, world-class facilities. So we have to focus more on what we want and follow accordingly. After NITs, this is ICERs are somewhat newly established. ICER, the main motive of ICER is provide quality collegiate education in basic sciences. So ICER's target is making like college, bachelor, master, and again the basic sciences. But start the research nowadays in some colleges also already we started. We have several universities, several affiliated colleges, and colleges also people are doing very good research, but not all the colleges. So ICER motive is to start research at bachelor level itself. So bachelor student can work with directly in the project, working in the scientific labs for doing their projects, and then move to the bachelor to master again the science. They can do projects with the different scientists and professors, and then continue for the PhDs. So developing basic science at undergraduate level, this is the main motive for the ICERs. So we have all the institutes, all the facilities, all the money, but still somehow village side students are not getting that exposure. And for that, we need to like me and everyone of you attending this lecture has to do something. So I will tell you the story. I cannot say story, it's journey of my career, I can say. So I was like from a village. I don't think so anybody of like 1% of you knows the name Kharwandi. It's coming in the Nevasa, Ahmednagar district. I was from the village. My family my father is doing agriculture, but my family has some educational background. As my uncle did my master, he did master in the organic chemistry, and he has some direction. But when I was a kid, during my seventh, eighth standards, we used to have one tempo, and I wanted to become a driver. Every day, see my dedication. Every day, I used to help our driver to clean the tempo. Why? So he can teach me, and I can be a driver to travel a more. The motive of become a driver is to travel. I wanted to travel around the world, so I wanted to become a driver. But automatically after 10th, I got like 70%, means it's good marks in our side. So everybody is taking science. I took science. While doing the science, I studied in ZPA school. So it's a Marathi medium. So Marathi to English, again, the problem came when I started studying science like chemistry, maths, physics, biology. So in 11th standard, I decided that I wanted to, I have to decide what I have to do. And then accordingly, I can move. So I decided to become a doctor. So in 11th standard, after taking one, I decided to be a doctor. So I left maths because it's really tough for me. And I selected bio group for getting a good marks and focus on my doctorate. But as usually, when I started understanding the science, that's what happening with all village side students from Marathi medium to the English medium. It takes 1 year to understand the science. It takes 1 year to process the things in their mind. So I started understanding very good chemistry, biology, physics, but at that time exam came already. And I wrote the exam and got less marks. During my 12th, I got 58 percentage. Yeah, this is really something which is even though I studied very hard, I got 58 percentage, and I was happy. Still, I was happy. I don't know. I wanted to become a doctor, and with these marks, it's impossible. I know that, but still, I was happy because where I did my 11th, 12th, like junior college, in the same campus we have senior college, and during that time, I used to see every Friday, Thursday, Friday, there are students doing NCC, National Cadet Corps. So I have seen that people are doing NCC, and then I started finding and discussing with people that what I can do in the future, like if I get graduation. Then I thought that to become a officer, like in the army or somewhere. So I selected going for a BSc, and I did NCC for 3 years. So this is like my main purpose of the bachelor is NCC, not the focusing on the science. Still I was like in the different zone to become an officer and all other things. So I did NCC for 3 years, and what happened, luckily, I can say luckily, whatever I studied in my 12th, like really did hard work but didn't get the paid for the same. So that understanding is like very good for me to the subjects, and I got very good marks in my bachelor. So after getting good marks in bachelor, everybody suggests, like I can say parental influence. My family is suggested me, you have good marks, don't go to for this different career, go for masters, it will be good for you. So again, I thought I changed my goal. So initially I wanted to driver, then doctor, then officer, then now I wanted to become a first I have to do the master, and then I have to decide what I wanted to do. Then I registered for my master. During the master, I did my master from RYK College, Nasik. It's affiliated to the Pune University, and it is one of the granted college. It's very good college. So during my masters, I have seen that we have like more than 13, 14 professors for 24 students, and all are doctorate. So everybody's teaching skill is really nice. So how people like influencing our life at different stages. So during my masters, I see that all the professors, their dedication towards the teaching and all other things, I decided that okay, I wanted to be a professor. The goal has changed completely again. So see the dedication. When I decided I wanted to become a professor, I find it out what is the necessity requirement to become a professor at good institutes. So in my first year itself, I realized that if I wanted to become a professor, I have to do preparation for exams like NET, SET, pass those exams, and then only the options are there to go for become a professor in good colleges. So I started my preparation in my master first year itself, and third semester of my masters. Like before finishing my masters, I qualify NET and SET exams in first attempts. So again, when I got my NET exam with All India 31 rank, so my all seniors professors suggested me, okay, you wanted to become professor, it's fine, but if you do PhD and then you come to for teaching, so it will be better for you, get more exposure, you will meet new people, your thinking capability will change, and that will give you new direction. So I joined NCL for a PhD. So I when I did PhD, I look back to my whole targets and careers. Initially, I wanted to be a driver for traveling. During my PhD, I got one RSC OSDD, like Open Source Drug Discovery Fellowships, as ambassador, and I travel almost all parts of India for delivering different kind of lectures. I got huge money for that. So I travel a lot. So initially I wanted to become a driver. If I become a driver, I travel a lot, but I miss all these charms, next things. So by doing the PhD, I travel a lot. And now also I'm traveling like internationally. I travel more than 15 countries. I can say very proudly, I can travel already a lot, and still I'm doing like trying to explore all the things. So I travel a lot. I wanted to become a doctor. So at the end, not medical doctor, but still I am a doctor. Then after that, I wanted to become an officer or something. So still, if I can say after PhD, you can get whatever job. It's like a class one. It's not less than any officer job. So I wanted to become a professor. Still, I'm not a professor, but still, every time, whenever I'm going to the India or during my PhD, different institutes, I was talking closely connected to the several students. I'm talking today for this lecture. So it's like I'm working as a professor. So these are the all advantage you will get in the life. So the simple suggestion from me, I can say suggestion. It's like everyone choice what they wants to do in the life. I will suggest be dedicated to your whatever you want, be like sincere to that, and try your best. Definitely you will get whatever you want in your life. For that, like don't try to focus what people are saying. Always try to understand what you want to do, what really you wanted from your life, and follow accordingly. Definitely sometime you will get like immediately, sometime it will take time, but if you are sincere and serious, definitely you will get better in your life. So this is like one picture when I was in NCL. I was like a vice president for there is student council, and I was student council vice president. And this is like director of NCL that time, Saurabh sir. So every year we celebrate this RSM, like Research Scholar Meet for all the students in the NCL. So every time we used to call some guest, like some good personality who is like inspiring for all the students. In the meeting, Dr. Saurabh sir, like director of NCL, he asked me, okay, to whom you want to call this time as a student council vice president. So he asked me to whom you want. I just said to him that Dr. Abdul Kalam. So initially he was like, really? I don't think so he will come. We send one single mail to his office and he is ready to come for our RSM meeting. This is what big peoples, we always afraid to meet big peoples. We always afraid to talk different peoples. We always afraid to go for different careers. But we don't know when we try, definitely we have some best out of it. So this is our current research group here in the BGU. These are some pictures for BGU. So BGU is like one of the top university in the Israel. Definitely Israel is very small country. If we compare with the India, our one single states are like far bigger than the Israel. But still, if you see how people are here, like dedicated towards and they love their country, they really develop everything over here. So these pictures from the BGU, and as I told you, I wanted like my first dream to travel around. So this my PhD gave me a lot. I can't compare with anything else. During my PhD and after my PhD, I'm traveling like I went to the and all the time, most of the time I'm traveling for presenting my posters, presenting my like delivering some lectures and all other things. So I travel Switzerland, Egypt, Norway, Spain, Portugal. It's like it's a list of 15 countries. I can say everywhere I spend a lot of time. I meet several people. I explore all the different kind of foods, different type of. It's like completely different life. If I said all these things to someone like my friends during my village friends, they don't believe. But yes, this is possible. From a village, I can say like a farm to foreign. It's like from nothing, we can create everything. I'm not like a good student. I'm not like a extra or extra talented or brilliant or topper everywhere. I was like one of the average middle class family. I got 70% during my 10th, 58% I told you in my 12th. But still, if you decided to do it, you can do it, and it's possible. So at the end, I would like to be a big thanks to you all for listening, and thank you. Thank you everyone for being here, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk with you guys. So if is there any questions, I would like to, it's not questions, is there anything to discuss? I would like to discuss more. Anyone, anyone who is listening this or somebody need any kind of help, I was always active on my all social media, Facebook, I can say Instagram, all the things, and you can anyone can contact me for any kind of help. So it's always nice to talk with different peoples, and especially I work a lot during my PhD also, and still I'm continuing that. I'm working on some projects where we are helping for village side students for their education, for their career. Specifically, I can take I can explain it more that funding, some students are really good, they really wanted to do something, but because of family issues, funding issues, they couldn't continue. So we are like a group of friends. We don't have any organization, or I'm not doing any publicity for this, but we are like a group of friends, and we are helping several students, village side students. Those are not really good with financially. We can help them for all kind of possible help from our side. So if somebody has any kind of things, they can contact directly. Even one message on Facebook, definitely we will reply. Thank you.
Thank you, Ravindra. Dr. Ravi, in our YouTube live session, there's some in chat box, some question is asking our
Yeah.
student. The Mr. Ganesh from Advocate M.N. Deshmukh College, Rajur.
Yeah. Okay.
You want some regarding the after MSc, what MSc Physics, what is the opportunity of the jobs and research?
Yeah, that's what I told. First of all, if he really have time, he can continue for studying the net set exams. If he prepare very well, I think 6 months is more than enough time for getting it. And instead of that, other thing he can do that directly. He can go to any institute like CMET. I can suggest CMET is like best for physics. Even NCL is there in Pune. Rajur means is like close to it. In Maharashtra itself, we have IIT Bombay, NIT Nagpur, like several institutes. In all over the India, we have like more than hundreds of institutes. He can go directly there. If he's really interested for research, he can go any institute, join as a project assistant. There he will get like competitive salary also. It's not like a project joining project assistants means you are serving for someone. Project assistant, you can take it as a job also, and there you can get your good salary like equal to the companies, and even some cases it's better than the companies also. And there you will understand more about the field, and then you can decide you want to continue for the research or you want to go again back to the industry. Definitely this experience is going to help him for industry also, and he can earn good money. If he feel that he's really interested, he can, with that research experience, he can directly go to the foreign universities also for getting PhD, or he can continue in India. It's up to like his decision.
Okay, thank you. Another is
Yeah.
the LHV College Nashik, Miss Chetna. She is asking about how to prepare net set exam. Is any specific classes requirement or any specific notes?
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, there is no classes. There are several classes, but I don't think so. Once you pass the next master in the same field, you are doing bachelor and master. You don't need any kind of classes for doing this. So I deliver personally. I deliver several lectures in Nasik, Ahmednagar district in different colleges for how to prepare NetSec. So this is like a big topic, and it took another 2 hours. So some other time definitely we will talk about it also. So in short, here I can tell you that preparing NetSec is like you don't need to do any extra things. You need to understand first the pattern. Previously, when we used to write the exam, when I passed the exam, that time it's like a 3 hours first part of exam, and then afternoon 3 hours written session. So definitely now it's very easy as compared to that time. This is like in 3 hours you can finish the exam. For preparation, I will suggest understand the pattern. When any exam is there, its exam is like 200 marks, definitely. So you don't need 200 marks to pass the exam. You need 100 marks to pass the exam. So whoever did bachelor and master and write the exam immediately, they can get minimum 50 marks. Minimum, this is the lowest. There is nothing else is like different from the subject or anything else. Everybody is asking the questions which is related to the subject which will studied in your bachelor and master. So after master, if you sit the exam, average students can get 50 marks. So 50 is done. How much we need for passing? 100. So you don't need to study 150 mark syllabus. You have to understand which subject you are good and which subject you are not good. So there are four if I'm from chemistry, so organic, inorganic, physical, and analytical. There are four subjects. So I know that I'm good in organic chemistry. I know I'm good in inorganic chemistry. I'm good in this. So I have to choose out of four two subjects where I can answer all the questions. And remaining two subjects, I have to study only the things which is really easy for me to understand and answer the questions. So when you are preparing for 200 marks questions, 200 marks paper, people are doing mistake that people are going for the all syllabus and studying lot of things. So try to be a perfect in particular your expertise and get more knowledge in that particular topic. So make your total, like before sitting the exam, take old question papers and make your total 120. If you know that out of 200, 120 marks paper, you have expertise and you can write very easily, that is more than enough. Prepare for that and go for the exam. Definitely you will get the success.
Okay, thank you, Ravi.
Yeah.
Again, one more question from Professor Satish Aire, LHB College, Nashik. Is there any funding agency that provides financial assistance to faculty and students other than UGC and DST?
In India or outside the India? There are several funding agencies other than UGC and yeah, definitely I understand the questions. There are several funding agencies, but the main thing is that you need to convince the people directly. Instead of any government agencies, you can approach any kind of companies, like small scale companies or big companies. Nowadays several companies are trying in India, like several startups are trying to invest more in the research, and definitely for college level research. But the main thing is that your idea has to be the novelty, and it has to be striking to the person who is going to the fund. So other than that, all other several funding agencies or government funding agencies are also there. And specifically for coming to the foreign, doing some research like 3 months or 6 months for faculty, specifically for faculties other than students, there are several institutes in each country, even in Israel, in Europe, in US. All the faculties can apply for that specific research field to write to the particular research group that I wanted to carry out some research for the 3 months, 6 months for enhancing the knowledge in the field. So they can write directly and they will get the funding. Even they are covering all expenses, travel, food, accommodation, everything is covering into that budget. where you can go to the foreign, any university or any research institute, carry out 2-3 months, 6 months research. For faculties, there are several fundings are there. Even simply on Google, you can find it all.
Okay. Now I think so. In chat box, all question is over. So thank you so much for giving nice presentation, Dr. Ravindra. This presentation is very useful for our students. I hope now they will start again asking the more questions. I would like also special thanks to MIT, Government of India, CMET Pune, all the participants, and I would like very special thanks to Professor Govinda Lokhotia, Bajaj Science Center, Warda, for arranging this lecture on virtual platform, and he is always our supporter for this online program. So I would like to thank all participants, our speaker, Dr. Ravindra. Thank you very much for accepting our request, and this lecture is very useful for our rural area students. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.